Hello, everyone, and welcome to our children's time on this third Sunday of Easter. This Sunday, our gospel lesson tells the story of two of Jesus' followers who are walking down the road to a town called Emmaus. And as they're walking along, they meet a stranger who asks them what they're talking about. And they say to him, "Have you not heard what's happened in Jerusalem?" And they explain 3 days ago, Jesus was handed over and crucified and killed. And on top of that, just this morning, some of our friends went to the tomb and found that it was empty. He wasn't there, but they didn't see him. And so we just don't know what is going on or what to believe. And the stranger said to them, "Don't be foolish. You should believe that Jesus is alive." And he explained to them how in the ancient scriptures, the prophets had predicted exactly this would happen, that Jesus would be killed and then would come back to life. This, of course, made Jesus' followers very happy, and so they invited the stranger to come home with them. And that's exactly what we're going to do right now. So this is my road, and this is the way that we've just come from. And now we're going to turn around and walk the rest of the way down the road. And just like Jesus' followers, I'm going to show you my home. This road has been here for a very long time. It's probably more than 200 years old. And it used to lead to an old mill and to a ford where you could cross the creek. But now it's just a dead end. It's also the last place that the state takes care of the road. And so we have this sign right here. And if you say that, "End state maintenance," really fast, it sounds sort of like Emmaus. We can pretend that we're going to Emmaus. And now we'll walk over here, and you can see what's left of the old mill. This is just the last little corner of the foundation. That used to be a chimney, actually. And now we'll come this way, and this is the entrance to my driveway. We're gonna walk in the driveway. And as we get up here, we're gonna look over to the left, and you'll see the very beautiful cliff. And down there is Cedar Creek. All right, so now we're gonna keep walking. Up there is my old pickup truck, and here's my house. We're gonna come across the grass. After I finish with this video, I think I'm gonna cut the grass. And now we're coming up to my front porch. So you all come with me. Here we'll look around. Here's my front porch. And some table. Look, that's an old church pew. All right. There's the creek again. And here's my front door. Why don't you come on in? This is my living room. And here's my great-grandmother's quilt. Now we'll come this way. And we're gonna come into the dining room. And now I'm gonna stop for a minute so I can put the camera down. So here we are in my dining room, and we're going to go back to our story in Emmaus. Jesus' friends have invited the stranger they met on the road to come have dinner with them. Isn't that a wonderful thing? We should always all try to be so nice to strangers like they were. And so we're going to pretend that we're there and we're going to let the stranger sit here at the head of the table. And then an amazing thing happens. The stranger takes a loaf of bread, and he breaks it in half, and he shares it. And in that moment, all of a sudden, Jesus' friends realize and are able to see that this stranger is actually Jesus himself and that he is alive. And then, as quickly as that happened, Jesus disappears. But Jesus' friends have seen him and they know he's alive and they're very happy, and so they run back down the road all the way to Jerusalem so that they can tell all of the other disciples that Jesus is alive and they have seen him. Now, this is not the first time that Jesus has broken bread like this. On the night before Jesus was killed, he gathered all the disciples in the upper room, and he broke bread and shared it with them, and told them to do this to remember him. And so every Sunday, ever since, every Sunday in church, when we take communion, that's what we do. The bread is broken, and we all share in eating it, and we remember Jesus through that act. Now, we're not in church right now and haven't been for a while and may not still be for a while. But where you are at home, somebody is taking care of you just like God takes care of you. Maybe it's your mother or your father, maybe it's your grandparents, maybe it's a brother or sister or friends, but somebody is taking care of you. They're feeding you, they're making you meals, they're breaking bread for you and with you and sharing that with you. And if you look very carefully at that person and think about what they're doing and all they have done to take care of you, you can see Jesus in them, just like the followers did at Emmaus that day. Because that person is taking care of you in the same way that God takes care of you. And God is taking care of you in the same way those people are taking care of you. So look at them very carefully. Think about all they are doing. Thank them very, very much. And know that they love you very much and that God loves you too.